Ugarte from PSG to Manchester United. The news came out earlier on today. Everyone's raving about it. Where did this come from? This type of player for Manchester United going to PSG a year after he joined PSG and offering them a price apparently has been turned down. According to some sources, there isn't even a bid yet. Interesting situation with that one. I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's sensible business at all, and I think it would be a waste of money. Are we looking to loan him? Now, there's another option. We'll get into that as well. Updates on Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, which Premier League club wants them. A new deal for Ten Hag, almost signed, sealed and delivered. And alongside it, obviously, a Mr Ruud van Nistelrooy. I currently have got the Dutch on TV right now. They are 6 minutes away from finishing third, still qualifying. But third in their group. Austria, as it stands, will win Group D. That is absolutely crazy. We're into injury time in them games. We're going to see them out as we're talking about... Oh, well, you've got to just look at Manchester United, the situation we're in right now. And when you're talking Ugarte, bought from Sporting Lisbon, please give the video a like and subscribe. It's Forever United TV. I forgot that all of a sudden there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We are building up to the England game. I'll talk more about what we're doing with that as we get to the end of this show. But yes, Manchester United, Ugarte, obviously PSG playoff, bought in, Uruguayan central midfielder, 23. Sounds good, sounds great. Fantastic tackle rates, the best in League and more tackles per 90 minutes than any other player in League and last season. It sounds like the real deal, sounds quality. 60 million they bought him for, though, from Sporting last year. He's got 4 years left on his contract. Why are we even attempting to try and get a player away from PSG? He wants to stay at PSG. PSG are looking to try and keep him. They're not looking to sell him on. They'll possibly look at a loan. Do we want a loan? If United want to buy him, then it's going to cost us an absolute arm and a leg to try and lynch him away from PSG, it would seem. He isn't fully on board with moving away from PSG. That's problem number one. And why United should just not waste time in chasing targets that are impossible to get in the first place. Let's not kick ourselves in the foot and let's not make this summer even more difficult than it already is. A midfield target there, 4 years left on his deal, like I said. He was only bought in last summer, so why would they want to sell a player that they've only bought last summer? He's on 100 grand a week at PSG. Some would say that's not too bad. But will he want more going to Manchester United, not playing in the Champions League again? It's another player that's going to cost Manchester United an absolute arm and a leg in wages. Why would we do that? When we've got AMRABAT on 60 million... who's going to cost us 20 million in transfer fees. Sorry, AMRABAT's on 60 grand a week, sorry. He's going to cost us 20 million in transfer fees. Yes, he's slightly older, but not by too much. I mean, AMRABAT's 27. Ugarte is 23. I understand there's a little bit more legs in Ugarte. His record speaks for itself. He's a fantastic player if you look at the stats that way. But when you take into consideration the dominance in Ligue 1 that PSG have got and the amount of possession they've got, you'd expect him to have some form of decent stats. You'd expect him to actually stand up there. I mean, you've also got to look at when out of possession, he's dribbled past at least twice a game. And then succession of tackles after that has happened is 68%. It's not that good. And 14.6% of his passes go forward. That is it. He's a safe player. And some will say that's what we need. But in the Ten Hag system... let's not forget, Enrique played a 4-3-3. And when you've got the players around him in that midfield, like Vitinha and like Ruiz, who are tearing up the tournament right now, who are great possession-based players, you haven't got that at Manchester United alongside you. He's going to be sat on his own pretty much most of the time. It doesn't work for Manchester United. I just think it's a complete and utter waste of time, as even for every reason that I've said. Like, I can understand people's bigging up and his plus points and everything like that. He's better than what we've got. I understand all the arguments, guys. I really do. But I've just got my real head on when it comes to this transfer window. As I said before when we were talking about Anselmino as well, and players like that coming into Manchester United alongside Calafiori, it's the same line. Again, like, let's not waste our time. Let's not get into negotiations and drawn out sagas that we don't want to be involved in this summer. It's not going to help anybody out. It's not going to benefit anybody. And at the end of the day, Manchester United will be the ones that lose out, because he's not going to go to a club that's not playing Champions League. Let's be sensible. Let's be sensible with it. It's one of them awkward ones. PSG are going to do us no favours at all. And why would they want to get rid of a player that has only just arrived at the football? I keep coming back to it. Yes, there are reports. I'm going to read into a couple of them now, actually, just on this. So as it stands, the reports came out earlier on. The latest one coming from Damashef from Sky, who said Manchester United make initial approach to PSG over midfielder Manuel Ugarte. As of yet, no formal bid. Discussions are continuing, literally over the next steps. I don't see how this benefits Manchester United. Again, no matter how much I read on it, it just doesn't work. PSG are open to loaning out Manuel Ugarte with an option to buy. Ugarte is open to leaving the French side. Now, that's contrasting opinions again there. One saying he's not looking to leave. One saying he is. That's coming from Graham Bailey. Like, he wasn't in the team every single week for PSG last season. He played, I think, 8 Champions League games. But notably, as it came down to the crunch, he was left out of the side, especially for the quarterfinals and semi-final stage. So when the going got tough, they left Ugarte out of the team. What does that tell you? And again, it's one of them, like, I want Manchester United to be going out buying the best of other teams, the best players from other teams. I don't want Manchester United to be going out and buying the players that so-called bigger teams don't want. Like, there's clearly an issue somewhere with Ugarte that we just don't need to be risking anything on. We need surefire things. Now, the loan situation and what that might bring is a different ball game altogether. And it's really interesting to see how that comes about, if negotiations can come with that. Will it be an obligation to buy? Will it be a option to buy? Again, we dealt with this with AMRABAT last season. Is it not just worth going down the road of better the devil you know and keeping AMRABAT for less money, for less wages? I know it's a commitment and you have to buy him, but would you rather loan Ugarte for a season or buy AMRABAT? That's what I want to know right now, guys, from you in the chat. So let me know on that one, which one is better. The Honest Tiger, who's been a member 7 months, legend. Best 7 month ever, worth every penny. Keep up the great work, legend. The Honest Tiger, thank you very much, my friend. Get your comments in on Ugarte. I want to know, guys, this came up before, and it's sort of like a bolt out of the blue, like one of them transfers that you just don't expect. And I haven't got a problem with it. I like it when things like this happen. I do, because it's like a surprise and it gets you thinking even more again, but there's reasons. Austria have just qualified as group winners. I'm going to double check this right now, guys. It is group winners. Where are the haters for Wreck-It Ralph right now? That's what you've got to say. He has managed to win a group with both Holland and France in it. 1-1 France versus Poland. The French have finished second. Holland have finished third in the group. They've got 4 points, so they'll probably qualify as a best third place. But what it does mean is that Croatia are definitely out of the competition now anyway. So we move on with that. I'll be covering England later. As you can see, we're right here. I'm actually just going to put up the link for the watch along in the chat right now, if you give me a minute, guys. Building up nicely to England now. And it's starting to take shape. It's starting to take shape. Me and James will be on the watch along duties on TIFO. Link is in the chat now. It's also in the description, guys. So make sure you click onto it, get involved. It's completely free, new platform. It just gives us more and more options to bring more people in on the chat and things like that. That's in the chat now. I'm going to pin it to the top, guys. So make sure that you guys are involved in that. I can't wait to get across and watch the final game in the group stages. We're glad it's over, because England usually do start at least turning up once it gets down to the knockout stages. The round of 16 quarterfinals is where we always play in England. But yeah, back to where we was with United. Again, let's get into some of your chats on this one. If he's as good as he looks, he's worth paying for. I don't want to overpay, but I'm not against paying decent money for a decent player. AMRABAT, that's from Louise. AMRABAT doesn't have the ability of Ugarte. Again, it comes down, I'm not really talking or second guessing Ugarte's quality. I'm talking about United being able to get the man over the line and having the money to pay for him. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all. And I don't want United to be wasting time on targets that we can't get. We should be focusing on targets that we can definitely get over the line and get done. And that's what's important, I think, for United going forward. I mean, we really do need to be very specific with who we're going for and what we're doing. So, yeah, when I look at it, I'll go, yeah, well done for getting him on loan, but no more than that. No more than that. Centre-back first, and I think there are better midfield options than him. Like I said, I'm not fully convinced by him at all. I'm not. Adam, apparently Barca are going to be putting a bid in for Kobbie Mainoo and offered De Jong as part of the deal. See you later, De Jong. Forget it, Barcelona. Not a chance in hell. We're not having that one. Fabrizio confirmed second bid is being prepared, so I'd expect that bid later today, within the next 2 days. Bid for who? Go watch him from when he was at Sporting. Very good player, right profile to be at the pivot with Mainoo. This signing would make the most sense, especially if Casemiro is going, says Johnny. I just don't believe fully in it. I know he's a decent player there, mate. My issue is Manchester United getting him. We're not going to get. It's not realistic. Now, if you can get him on loan, that changes everything. It changes everything. And you know what? To get someone like that on loan, risk-free again, with not having to fork out the money, it takes on a different meaning altogether. This whole signing. It would be a very, very shrewd bit of business if United can get Ugarte on loan. We cannot afford to buy him, though. I'm sorry. It just does not work. If you can get him in, similar, if maybe less wages, then you've done something miraculous, I think, because players dropping out of the Champions League, getting a taste for the Champions League and then coming away from it, you have to sort of question that. And it's if United have got the convincers out enough. Can we convince these players? We've had this conversation several times. Can we get the players over the line? Can we convince them that Champions League isn't the be-all and end-all? I understand all of Ugarte's stats. Some can be questioned. Some look very good. Some look favourable to how Manchester United play. But, yeah, not long ago everyone was saying keep AMRABAT. Now Ugarte's come on the scene. AMRABAT hasn't got the quality anymore. It's funny what a transfer window does to people, isn't it? It really is. And yeah, put the England shirt on tonight and I'm not orange anymore, thank God. Adam doesn't, this is subscribers, so here I am. Respect to this channel. I have unsubbed on so many channels as the host is so rude to the fans. Hey mate, anytime RK. You say what you want, mates. Get involved, get in the chat. Everyone gets a chance here on FUTV. Kaylee, Ugarte is a good buy, right profile, right age, and will complement Mainoo. He's a destroyer. He is. He's a safe destroyer. Like I said, in his stats there, 14% of his passes go forward. So he's a side merchant. He's a backwards, sideways man. And do we need that? Do we need that professional in that department? Because we've got everyone else. We've got the flair. We've got the goals. We score great goals. We've got a bit of creation in our team. Do we need a bit of a disturbance? Do we need the man who is just going to upset everything? Do what we thought AMRABAT was going to do when we signed him last summer. This is what I think we're getting. This is what I think we would be getting. I just don't think that this is worth chasing. If PSG are open to a loan, I'm all in. I'm all in. It's more than worth it. If it's a fee, yeah, forget it. Not happening. Not even worth it. Simple as. And I think United are wasting the time. They really are wasting the time. On to other news on what is going on at United this afternoon. It came out just before the news on Ugarte that, and it all came from Fabrizio Romano again. Ruud van Nistelrooy is getting closer to signing a new coach in Erik ten Hag's staff. That coming from him. Also on Fabrizio Romano, update on Erik ten Hag as well. He has said Erik ten Hag is set to sign a new contract at Manchester United. The deal is now almost agreed. There we go. Ben Jacobs was the one before saying that Ugarte and PSG have turned down an offer for Ugarte. That apparently isn't true. There's a few going in on that one, but we're now in a position where we're hearing that there's no bidding yet. They've just made contact with PSG about the possibility of bringing Ugarte in. So, yeah, looking closer, like we said the other day, to Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in alongside Ten Hag. That's an interesting one. We've already discussed that in a plenty. That is a total plus and bonus for Manchester United. So, yeah, we're looking at our new coaching setup and the way the transfer window is going right now. Yeah, it's not kicked into gear yet, but like we said earlier on today, when 1st of July comes about, Manchester United are in absolute pole position, I feel, ready to go. Can we get players out the door? Taking me to my next point in the show, and that a little swerve ball in the Jarrad Branthwaite equation has come up this afternoon, according to reports. First of all, John Goodwin, welcome to the Members Club, my friend. Anyone in the chat right now, could you please give the video a like? Thank you very much for getting involved. We are building up to the England game. We're going to be over on T-Folk, guys. The link is pinned in the live chat. Go click on it, sign up. Free, 2 seconds to get in there. Come and join me and James on the couch, watching England complete the group and finish top, hopefully. I mean, I've seen Group D going down as France winning it, but Austria have surprised everyone. And how good is Sabitzer, by the way? Jesus, how many ex-United players are going to score in this bastard tournament? Sabitzer scores, Depay scores. I mean, good God, what is going on in these Euros? Anything is possible. But yes, the twist that I was talking about in the Jarrad Branthwaite saga, or is it, if it is even a saga, we talked this morning about other options and what United could do, not just going in for Branthwaite, going in for another player. Everton, apparently, according to TalkSport's Alex Crook, are interested in both Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You know exactly what I'm saying and what I'm going to say next when it comes to this. Like, are we actually going to be in a position here where we can offer Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof as part of a deal for Jarrad Branthwaite? Is this happening? Could this be on the cards? Now, straight away, you're thinking it automatically, aren't you? Like, if they're not looking to flog Branthwaite, they're looking to play hardball for him, and Manchester United are determined to get him, then Victor Lindelof, I feel, would be a good make weight. How much would you pay plus Victor Lindelof? Let me know in the chat right now, guys. If you want Branthwaite, how much money plus Lindelof are you going to offer Everton? Because I think that could be what swings it. That really could be what swings it. I was seeing 2 penalties there in the Poland-France game. Or was it 2 penalties? I don't know, just watching it back there now. I didn't watch that one. It was the other one. Yeah, but 40 million plus Victor Lindelof, says Celsius. 40 plus, both players and no cash, says Ed. Ooh, that would be cheeky. It really would. Leo with a super chat. Adam, guess what? Southgate is playing midfielders instead of right backs in that position. Wow, easy. I've not seen the England team yet, actually. So let's have a bit of a butcher's at that. That should be very interesting. Let's just see. What team has he gone with? Bear with a second, guys. England line up with Conor Gallagher and Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka and Harry Kane. I'd have dropped Foden still. I would, but hey. Super chat Leo, cheers very much, mate. Branthwaite is coming to Manchester United. I'm 100% certain of it. With or without Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka going to Everton. Rich is completely convinced by it. Okay. 40 million plus Lindelof, says Liam. 35 plus Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka, says Andy. That's a lot. Kaylee Farmer, Branthwaite is not worth the fuss. 40 million plus Lindelof. There are better options out there. 40 plus Lindelof, take it or leave it. I think that's what United have to go in with. I would be... You've got to be happy with that as an Everton fan. Like, you're getting Lindelof and you're getting... money for Branthwaite to reinvest. So you're basically filling up a gap that you've sold a player with and got money for. So there's no mad panic in the transfer market for you. You're balancing PSR and financial fair play straight away. It looks like a no-brainer for Everton. If United do offer it, that is. They may not be wanting to do that yet. They may want more money for Lindelof. But honestly, I don't think United are going to get good money for Lindelof. So if we can make it work for us in a swap deal for Branthwaite, then I think that's the better option. I think that's where United need to try and push towards. Try and be clever in the transfer market, like we said. If they don't accept that, then it's just completely down tools. See you later. We're off this job. Simple as that. I don't want to waste any time. Don't want to waste any time on any player this summer. And do you know what? I think United will actually set the stall out, and actually that would be a statement for me. That managing to get rid of one of the so-called deadwoods and bring in one of the best young English centre backs going at the moment with the biggest potential, then I think that is big. Like, honestly, like I said earlier on in the video at lunchtime, like Anselmino, Calafiori, like players like that, I would much rather United be a bit more clever in the market and buy cheaper players. But then I am aware of what needs to happen. I am aware of Manchester United's situation with the money that we've got available, with PSR and things like that. It works in so many ways if we can flog Victor Lindelof as part of this deal. It works so many ways. So, yeah, I'd be happy for that to happen. And I feel like if United can make it happen, a lot of United fans will be impressed with it. It would be. It just depends how much cash plus Lindelof it's going to be. That's all. That's all. I'll get your comments in, guys. You happy with Erik ten Hag's new contracts? Apparently, Ruud van Nistelrooy being part of it. Some people have said that can't be it. Ineos are just safeguarding themselves by getting a ready-made manager ready to come in. That's going to happen in the next few days. I actually feel like we're going to start hearing things in the Euros break. So maybe it's going to be... so the groups finish tomorrow. With Portugal's group and that being all settled, and then we have a 2-day break into the weekend. So I feel like things might happen Thursday, Friday this week. We should get some news, especially with the Ten Hag situation and with the Van Nistelrooy one as well. I still stand by that we're probably not going to see much transfer action until we get into July. I think that's when it's really going to kick off. So yeah, just looking at that, I feel like that's the way it's going to go. Adam, when do you expect the first signing? I think I just answered that one there then, mate. I honestly think the first signing is going to be around the first week of July. So I reckon maybe I'm going to go to 7th of July. That's what I'll go for. I could have gone easy then and gone Independence Day over in the States and gone the 4th of July. Big party, fireworks. United have made a signing. But no, I'll stick to, I think, the first week of July. I think we're going to hear something. I think it will be somewhere around Branthwaite, or even Man United walking away from Branthwaite. Something as significant as that. Give it 3 months and Eric will be out, says Leroy Starr. Swap Sancho for Sabitzer. Yeah. Ruud will be groomed to take over Ten Hag, says Mark. Leo, okay with it as long as I don't see Robbie come in. I understand that one. The Crazy Irishman. Hello, mates. Sorry, Adam, I'm but late. What's Ten Hag news job update for you, mate, is that Fabrizio Romano's come out and said that everything is nearly complete and all parties are happy. Erik ten Hag will be signing his new 2-year contract extension onto the 1 year that he's got, and that should be happening very soon now, alongside Ruud van Nistelrooy being part of his management / coaching, whatever it is. I think it will be Van der Gaag going, Van Nistelrooy number 2. I can't see a manager going from manager at PSV to a coach, like a forward coach. It needs to be assistant role for Van Nistelrooy, I think, more than anything. Need 2 CDMs. Ugarte is young. If we can get Ugarte on loan and then bring in another one, then we're crack-a-lacking, aren't we? We really are. We're moving forward big time, I think, if that happens. Are we savvy enough to get that done? Do you know what? Like, when the news came out, I was completely like, no, this is not happening. Like I just said, it's too expensive. I'd rather have AMRABAT than spend the money on Ugarte. That's the honest truth. I'm being completely upfront with you there. But if you can get Ugarte in on loan, now then, you start to change things around. And you start to convince me a bit more. And that starts to make me think that, you know what? Clever boys, Ineos. Clever. Actually thinking outside the box. We haven't got a lot of money. If Ugarte comes in, then maybe Manchester United have a squad good enough and strong enough to comfortably get in that top 4. Therefore, money comes back in. Ugarte goes out back to PSG. We could either buy him, maybe as a buy option, or find someone else. Depends how well he does. If he does well, then I'm all for it, because we're in the Champions League and we've got a little bit more money. We can probably afford him then. Makes sense. But this is what we thought we were doing with AMRABAT last season. And we know AMRABAT didn't suit the system. AMRABAT didn't suit Ten Hag football. He came in the end as an emergency go-do-it job man. But we all know the limitations of him. Ugarte, again, is another one of them players. Like, is he going to be isolated and not look as good? Like I said at the start, he looks great at PSG. He looks great at Sporting. No disrespect, the leagues are not as good. You expect to have a very, very large amount of possession. And your numbers are going to look good, aren't they? It's the system that Ten Hag plays. Does that suit Ugarte? Is he going to be isolated and run past? Because Manchester United played a lot of game of chance. We gave up a lot of possession last season. An awful lot of possession. And it wasn't working. It never did work all season. That's why we finished 8th, and we conceded so many chances and so many shots, like a record amount. So I feel like if he's changing the system and bringing Ugarte in and sort of solidifying it and strengthening it up a little bit, it works really well. If we get him in on loan, even better. It's fantastic business from United again. And I just hope that we don't go chasing a player that we can't afford and waste our time in trying to bring him in. So that's my only issue with Ugarte. He's a waste of money if we try and sign him this summer. Complete waste. And a waste of our time. We just get the De Jong saga all over again. So, yeah, in terms of the transfers and updates, United have just approached PSG. There hasn't been a bid. I don't think United is stupid enough to bid because we can't afford him according to what money we've got to spend. But then the news came out later on that we're looking to get... to get him out on loan. So that makes more sense to me. It does. Everton are interested in Linderlof and in Wan-Bissaka. Could we use them to get Branthwaite through the door? That's another side of the transfer saga this summer that could work in our favour. And then you've got Van Nistelrooy and Erik ten Hag's contract situation almost at a close. So, Van Nistelrooy coming in, helping Ten Hag, building up the coaching side of things, strengthening us there. Ineos being a little bit savvy in the transfer market. A few decent positive noises coming out of Manchester United this week. Guys, please get the likes in. Everyone give me a like. Let's get up to 100. And Honest Tiger has promised a membership to someone in the chat right now. Can we get 18 likes in the next couple of minutes, guys? Come on, get to it. Let's have it. Come on. And get your comments in on Ugarte as well. Is there anyone that is unsure about him? Levi Star there says Mount needs a massive season. Like, honestly, like, you forget about him, don't you? You forget about these players. Like, the situation with AMRABAT is still not sorted. He's out of contract completely with United come June 30th. And we're in a position where he's just going to walk back to Fiorentina. I think this is why we're finding out now about some possible midfield targets. And when Romano said United are discussing internally midfield targets, I think it was earlier this week, back end of last week, I think this is what we were getting. This was Manchester United talking about the AMRABAT situation. Is there better options out there? Is there anyone we can get on the cheap? Is there anyone we can get on loan? That, I think, is where they were going with it. And this is probably why we've got to the stage of where we're at right now. Don't buy Ugarte, loan him if you can, if he's happy to play no Champions League football. It's a big ask and another big convincer. People were telling me before that Calafiore is not going to come to Manchester United. He wants to play Champions League. He wants to go to Juventus. But it's alright to buy Ugarte. He's already playing Champions League. He's already guaranteed trophies. How are we supposed to convince him? to come to Manchester United? Do these players actually look at this as a step down? That's another question you've got to ask. I daren't say it, and I don't want to be negative in this, but looking at it from their side, if Champions League is the be-all and end-all, then they must be looking at coming to United as a step down right now because we're not in the Champions League. It has to be, surely, doesn't it? 100 likes in the bag. Thank you, guys. And as promised, we probably will get a notification up in the chat any second now from the Honest Tiger. He has been bigging it up and saying he will do it. If we can get AMRABAT for 10 or 12 mil, could go for him just for squad depth. I don't think they agree. Right, we signed a loan with option to buy at 20 million, so I don't think it can change. The Muppet Show, welcome to the Members Club. That was the gifted membership from the Honest Tiger. Thank you very much, mates. Love that. It's well over 100 likes now. We have another super chat in as well from Mark. Adam, the PSG midfielder, has played in the two leagues that we keep being linked to. So if he isn't good enough, then maybe the other players won't be. I'm not saying that, mate. I'm just saying, in terms of how Erik ten Hag plays, can I say Ugarte fitting in? If he's exposed and he does get dribbled past 2 times every single game in the French league, yeah, I can see your point on it. I can understand it. But alone, probably not a bad thing, no, mate. Honestly. If we can get him in on loan, like, he has got qualities and he's still young. He could get better. He's another one of these players that has shown qualities, but he's a bit raw. Could we make him better? Right. And if it is a loan, then I think that makes sense. Are you happy, mate, with it being a loan? Cheers for the super chat. Cheers for the member as well, the Honest Tiger. And guys, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there because we need to get prepared for the England game. So yeah, get your comments in below. Let me know what you think about Ugarte. Is he the right player for Manchester United? How much money plus Victor Lindelof would you offer Everton for Branthwaite as well? They're the questions I want you to answer in the chat. In the comment section below when the video goes up live on YouTube as well. So please get commenting below, everybody. Massive appreciation again for everyone watching and tuning in. I know it's only a shorter video tonight, but we are preparing for England. Schedule is back as normal tomorrow, guys. Back at 12 o'clock again with more real content and content that has a bit of context to it as well, and a bit of research and stat behind it. It's no fluff and just headlines. I promise you. There's always something behind my titles. There's always some explanation. I promise you. But yeah, guys, in the chat is the link to Tifo. Come and join us now. Click on that link and you're in. It's free, completely done, and I can't wait to see you there. Hopefully, you'll see you in celebrating with me and James in the watch along in a few minutes time. But fly across there. Anyone who is just tuning in a little bit late to the video and you want to know what I'm on about with Tifo, it's in the description as well. Thank you, everybody. Much love to you all. Appreciate all your comments as always. Mods, members, everybody. I'll see you over at Tifo in a few minutes time. Me and James are ready to rock. England jerseys on, ready to go, guys. I'm going to go get myself a drink and get ready. Football night tonight, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Actually, no, I'm going to see you all in Tifo. So, yeah, see you in about 10 minutes.